Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, yes, I'm still sick. Today is the first day I felt kind of a little bit of energy that I wanted to film, so I'm gonna do a what's in my makeup bag, and I'm doing inverted commas because I don't work out of a makeup bag. I don't have a makeup bag in front of me that I pick products out on a daily, but I was in London last Wednesday, which is probably where I contracted this illness. It was a flying visit, pardon the pun. Flight was at like 20 to 9 and then we were home that evening at 8, so it was just a really quick whiz of a trip, and because London's only like an hour away on a plane, it's really handy. The Body Shop kindly brought me and 4 other bloggers. Well, they're bloggers, I'm the only vlogger. There aren't that many YouTubers in Ireland that focus mostly on beauty. It's primarily bloggers, people who write blogs and social media people. So it was so amazing to be recognised by a brand here in Ireland and to be brought over to the UK to a big, huge event. And I'm so excited about it. But that was the kind of backstory as to why I'm doing this what's in my makeup bag. When I arrived in the airport, like, all the girls were dolled up to the nines. They looked fabulous and I hadn't a scrap of makeup because I was like, to hell, I'm not doing my makeup at 5 in the morning, I'll do it on the plane. So they were all kind of thought I was crazy, but I was like, I am crazy, that's okay. I had every intention of vlogging as well, but sadly, I brought my vlogging camera and I didn't charge the battery. I'm really out of practice. Anyway, this is my makeup bag. Turn it around that way, actually. It is a Hello Kitty makeup bag. I bought this in H&M, I'd say, oh my god, I'd say about 6 years ago. It has been one of my go-to makeup bags, obviously, ever since. I love it to death, and the reason why I love it is because it is the perfect size to fit everything in here. So you can literally fit a little makeup palette in there. We'll see all that in a moment. You can fit the kitchen sink in here, but it's not overly like bulbous, if that makes any sense. You're probably like looking at it going, after that is a big makeup bag. This would be the makeup bag I would bring before me and Jimmy lived together, and I used to bring this over to his house when I'd be staying for the night because it would just pack everything in if I wanted to do my makeup the next day, which very rarely happened. I'm blabbing on way too much and you guys just want to see what's in here, so let's head on in. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is my Makeup Geek eyeshadows. You would have seen these before over the years on my channel, definitely. This is the palette that I kind of go to. I put most of my neutral shades in this. Now you guys know how obsessed I am with purples, so I had to throw a couple like purples and maroons in the bottom because it wouldn't be a neutral palette for me if there was no purples in it. They are my go-to shades. I love them. They bring out my brown eyes and I just really like the shade range. I know I have said this before and you guys are probably sick of it, but I will definitely try and do a video on my Makeup Geek shadows, my favorites and the finishes, the ones I recommend, like a starter kit, but basically this would be them. Unless you're not into purples, then I would just avoid the bottom row, except for the black. You need the black, and that will create every single eyeshadow look that I ever need. It's in a really small little palette. This is from Fuchsia Cosmetics and it's just really handy because it's small, compact, and it fits right in the makeup bag. Happy days. I don't have any makeup brushes in this, obviously. I bring my makeup brushes in a travel like kit like this. These need to be washed and it just has a lid. Penny's actually sent this to me and it's just so handy because everything fits right in there and it's like a cylindrical thing. It's great. I bring this on holidays with me all the time. I love it. So I'm going to, in no particular order, I'm going to go through the products that are in here. So the first, the thing other than the palette, is my beauty sponge. Now the one I'm using currently is from Sigma. I love this. It has the same texture, same absorbency as the original Beauty Blender. However, I think that this is roughly in around the same price as the Beauty Blender, so that's kind of a bit annoying. It might be like €3 or €4 cheaper, but the reason why I'm going to this more is because of the pointed edge on it. It can get right up underneath my eye. I love that about it. And then you've got like your corner here that you can kind of chisel out your cheekbones, and you know, if you are into baking, it's perfect to apply your baking products there, and it's really good at blending out your foundation. I just love it, and this is the one that I've been going to a lot. Now I just want to talk about a highlighting product. So this is one of my favorite highlighters at the moment. This is MAC's Oh Darling. Now something happened to mine and it like came right out of the pan. I don't know what happened. I mean, I wasn't even that rough with it. Must have been the turbulence. It's like a gold highlighter. I think that this is so unique. Other than maybe Gilded Honey from Laura Geller, there's not that many highlights similar to this, and I've never seen even a drugstore version of this. So that's what that looks like. Definitely if you have deep skin tone, medium to deep skin tone, you're going to love this. It is beautiful on my skin tone because I am relatively tanned. Now my tan is fading. Like, will the sun ever come back to Ireland? Ugh, I love this on my skin tone. I just think it is beautiful. It's a gorgeous highlight, isn't it? Like, look at that. Beautiful, and just like makes those cheekbones pop. It's not ashy or anything like that, and I really, really, really recommend it. What are they called actually? They're actually called the Extra Dimension Skin Finishes. I knew that. Out of all of them, this is my favorite. Now, the other one I really, really, really enjoy is Double Gleam. Definitely recommend that for medium to light skin tone. It's perfect. I'm going to talk about my They're Real mascara. And the reason why I want to kind of just briefly touch upon this is because I brought this away with me, and I was actually shocked that I put this in my makeup bag. Because generally I would reach for something like my L'Oreal Voluminous, or I don't know, like one of the Essence ones, or Catrice or something really affordable. I'm not into really expensive mascaras. They don't interest me in any way, shape or form. I'm not kind of like, oh, I need that really expensive mascara when I see a new mascara release. Like, you get me? You know, it's a new palette, yes, hello. A new foundation, yes, I'm all over that. Even like highlighters, yes, I want them all. But when it comes to mascaras, I'm really not that bothered. I don't really mind what brand it is, as long as it just coats my lashes and makes them black. This is definitely an exceptional product to that rule. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mascara. And the reason why is because it separates my lashes without being clumpy on them. That's what the brush looks like. It is amazing. And it just gets right up to the root of your lashes, separates the lashes, coats every single lash, and makes them look amazing. I highly recommend this. If you are in the market, maybe, for a high-end mascara, this is my top one. I have an eyeliner next, and this is from the Caitlyn Jenner collection from MAC. It's just in different packaging because it was in a different collection. This is the shade Teddy, and I adore this. Oh my god, I can't actually deal with how much I love this eyeliner. I'm not really into like expensive eyeliners like that. Again, same with mascara, just they don't interest me. I'm just not really that bothered, because I find that more affordable brands always have something similar. I mean, every single black eyeliner looks identical to me. I just don't have that eye that can check and say that's high end and that's affordable. I just don't have that. This is a beautiful shade, and that is why I love it, and it lasts so long on my waterline. I know that the Essence shade in, believe it or not, it's called Teddy as well. I know that shade is a dupe for it, but this lasts just that teeny little bit longer, and I wore it in London, and I put it on in the morning, and when I was coming home on the plane that evening, it was still on my waterline. Like, half my makeup had rubbed off and this was still intact. I brought two foundations with me because I wasn't sure. Sometimes my skin when I'm flying, it's just not great and it can be kind of dry. So I brought the Estee Lauder Double Wear just in case I was having a normal oily day. No, I was not having an oily day. My skin was so dry, like so dehydrated, like even to apply this would just have been not good. So the Estee Lauder Double Wear is definitely more suitable for oilier skin. I highly rate it for that reason, because I can wear this in the summer months and my makeup is still intact at the end of the day. But if you have dry patches or dry skin, that's just your skin type, you might not like this, because I don't like this when my skin is dehydrated, and my skin was definitely dehydrated last Wednesday, so I didn't opt for this foundation. But I did go with my CoverGirl, and I knew that this works no matter what, even if I've been having an oily day or dry day, whatever, this will work. This is the Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1. I'm in the shade number 855. An awful lot of people ask that all the time, and I always forget to say it. I bought this when I was in New York in December, and this has not steered me wrong. I am highly impressed with this foundation. I think it is one of the best foundations from the drugstore. It's so unfortunate it's not available in Ireland, and I have tried the Max Factor version of this, and it's not the same, even though people said that they're made in the same factory. I don't know, the shade is not the same. It's just not in any way, shape or form. And I tried, I think it was called like Soft Bisque or something, I don't know, but it didn't work out as well as the CoverGirl one. Just the shade works better with my skin. I wore this in London. Now, bearing in mind I did put this on at like 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning, and by the time I was coming home at 8 that evening, it had started to wear off just a little bit on my cheeks, but I was doing an awful lot of hugging of people. So, you know, it was kind of rubbing, but it lasted. It stayed pretty well throughout the entire day, and my skin looked really, really nice, and I highly recommend this foundation. There's no bounce back up it either as well, and I knew there might be flash photography, and I was correct in saying that. So my concealer, we're sick of talking about this concealer at this stage, I'm sure. It's the Lasting Perfection Concealer from Collection, and I love it so much. I have the shade number 3, medium. Yeah, medium, warm medium. And I just place this underneath my eyes like any other concealer. It's so incredibly amazing. And it's like $3.50. I don't know how they can make something so amazing for the price. Like, I know that I've talked to you guys before about the Tarte Shape Tape and how I enjoy it. You know, we like it, but I think it's overrated. I really do. I think I spent €30 on that concealer and I was like, wow, I could buy 10 of these and prefer it because I just enjoy this concealer so much more. So much more. It works with my skin way better and doesn't smell like flowers, which I don't really like in my concealers. One of the best concealers ever. It doesn't crease on me. It looks amazing underneath my eyes. It just lifts my under eye area as well. Just makes it look a little bit more awake and wide and alive, and I like it. I love it. I actually adore this concealer. Next I'm going to talk about my butter bronzer. Butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. That's it. Very difficult to get hold of. I can only buy this on iHerb. The only reason I can get it on iHerb is because iHerb is from the US, and I think it's from the US. I'm nearly 100%. Everything's in dollars on it. But they ship worldwide, and this costs €13 I think on iHerb, and I will link down a link to it below. Everybody and their mother asks about this. iHerb is the best place to get hold of it for the price. You can buy it in Ulta as well. It smells like Malibu. It just reminds me of holidays, smelling of Malibu and Coke, and I can just see myself lying by the pool drinking Malibu and Coke. And I use it as like a contour. I know it's a bronzer, but I contour with it, and I just kind of like warm up my cheeks, just like underneath my cheeks, and I just think it is amazing. I absolutely adore this, and like I said, I got it last year. I use this to death, guys. I really do. This gets absolutely abused by me because I use it so much. It's still got a few miles left on it. Next is for blusher. Now I'm not really fussy when it comes to blushers. I'll wear anything, like, as long as it looks pretty decent on my cheeks. Warm Soul is just the one that screams to me, bring me with you, because it's so easy to wear with any eye look, any lip look. It just works. This is from MAC's Mineralized Blush collection, so it's kind of domed and it's baked. Warm Soul is definitely a must-have for me, and if you are same complexion as me, you will love it. You will love it to death. I know some of my friends have actually bought that because I've been like, you need that in your life. It's the best blush ever. Oh, we can't forget about primer. I don't know how I didn't actually see that, but I suppose it is teeny tiny. This is the Professional. I brought a travel size because, and I don't know where the lid is, so I'm going to probably throw this out, but I brought a travel size because I brought one of those little baggies, you know, to put all your liquids into, and I just didn't want to bring the full size of this just in case I couldn't fit it in, and I just, you know, I needed lots of room for lipstick. We will get to lipsticks in a moment, and you will see there's quite a few. So I chose the little mini Professional. It's great, keeping my oils back. I love it. For eye primer, I brought the Color Tattoo, and I'm actually going to keep all these products in here just in case I am going anywhere or anything like that. It's just really handy because I have like my favorites in here of the moment, and I can just kind of reach in and get everything. I keep calling this creme de nude. Every single time I talk about this, I want to say creme de nude. It's actually creme de rose, so apologies if I've ever said creme de nude. I don't own creme de nude, so creme de rose is the one that I always use. This is very similar to MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, and I love it. Exactly the same as it. It is just amazing. Great to just apply onto the eyelids because it makes your eyeshadow vibrant. It keeps them all day, like, without blurring or smudging. They don't crease on me. They stay like pretty well pigmented throughout the day. Like, I mean, you know, they are gonna fade a little bit, but it pretty much keeps all my eyeshadows intact, and they're really easy to blend out over the top of this. So I really like that, and I recommend it because it's so inexpensive as well. I think the last face product I have in here is my MAC Select Sheer Press Powder. This is in the shade NC25, but I bring this to set my face and also to blot throughout the day, and I don't use a dark shade because when you blot with a darker shade of powder, it just kind of looks real blotchy on your skin, so I always go with a shade or two lighter than my natural skin tone. Generally, I would bring my Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder, but I'm all out of that right now, so this is just the one that I brought with me for the day. Next thing is my Essence Liquid Eyeliner. Don't need to talk about this, you're sick of hearing about it. I love it a lot. So the next product in this bag is my... what's this? Precisely My Brow. I can never remember because I use the Goof Proof, the Browsing, I use all of the Benefit brow products, but the Precisely My Brow is amazing, especially if you are like kind of doing your eyebrows on the go, because it's really easy to just fill them in. The other product which is great to do your eyebrows on the go is the Goof Proof, because it is angled and it's just really easy to fill in your brows, and there's not a huge amount of room for error with these, so you're good to go. I also brought a pigment in this bag as well because you just don't know, like sometimes you might be doing a matte eyeshadow look and it might not be exactly what you want. You might want a little bit more glam. So I brought Ingloss 119 pigment. This is a loose pigment. Gorgeous. I mean, I've had this for probably about a year and a half and I nearly have the bottom, like I'm nearly at the bottom of it. It is my most used and my favorite Ingloss pigment, and I highly recommend it to anybody because it's just gonna suit every single person. Great at like applying just right into the inner tear duct, just open up your eyes. If you're like me, you can just apply it all over the lid. I just love it. It's just great. I really recommend that, and I had to bring the Duraline with me. Now unfortunately I didn't screw the lid on my Duraline properly, so it spilled all over the place and I need to get a new one. That's going into an empties now. I don't know why I felt the need to bring so many lip products, but we just have 2 lip liners, thankfully, and they're both like the exact same color. So one is Whirl and one is NYX Mauve. They are pretty much identical. I'll just swatch them on the back of my hand. Like they are almost identical. You can see them there. If you're looking for an affordable dupe for MAC's Whirl, because it is my most worn, my most favorite lip liner ever, then I do recommend the mauve shade, and I think it's only like €3 or €4 from NYX, so go grab it if you can. It's always out of stock. Every time I go to NYX in Liffey Valley, it's out of stock and I want to cry. So I brought 5 lipsticks. I don't know why I have so many. I'm gonna start with the odd one out, which is my YSL Beige Tribute. You guys know how much I love this lipstick. It is one of my most worn lipsticks. I think I've gone through 2 of them in my lifetime. I'm obsessed over this lipstick. It's so expensive though, and I just try and use it sparingly. Then I have 4 MAC lipsticks. You'll be excited to know because I know an awful lot of people have been requesting it. I am going to be doing my MAC lipstick collection. I don't know how I am going to structure that video because I definitely have near 100 of them. So I'm going to try and develop a structure in which to film that video. I don't know whether I should do it by finish. Maybe should I have a couple of different videos, or maybe I'll describe the finishes and talk about the products in one video and then swatch them all in another. I don't know. It's gonna be tricky. We're gonna try and plan that out in the meantime. The lipsticks I have here are Honey Love. I have Myth, that looks like Myth, and it's a bit melted as well. So Honey Love and Myth, which are beautiful nude colors. So Myth is obviously very, very light and Honey Love is just a nice neutral brown. What have I got here? Creme Cup and Pure Zen. Creme Cup. I don't know why I brought this with me. Wait till you see what I did to it when I was on a night out with my friends last week. I don't know, can you see that? I didn't twist it up to the end. That's what Creme Cup looks like right now. I am still using it because I'm dipping my finger into it and wiping it on my mouth, which is so hygienic. But that's what happened to Creme Cup. I have frozen it, I have left it in the fridge, I have tried to remold it, and it just keeps going like that, so I'm gonna have to buy a new one. I should have got one in the airport last week. What was I thinking? The other shade I brought with me was Pure Zen, and that's kind of like a peach shade. We're just seeing such a trend here, so let's get over the lipsticks now. The last 3 products in here are my NYX Glitter Primer, which I always use if I'm using a loose product. Even if I've Duraline, I will still put this down first because it just stops anything moving on my lid. And then I've got my Duo Thesis, and this is for my eyelashes naturally. I did have eyelashes in this, but I've worn them. And then the final thing is another lip product because I don't know why. I'm like a crazy bag lady who just hoards lip products. This is the Too Faced Lip Injection Gloss, and this is in the shade, I think Babe, I'm not sure, it's rubbed off. That's what it looks like there. It's just a nude shade and it's really, really nice in the lips and it plumps them up. So there you have it, guys. My makeup bag is now empty. Well, it's not empty, I put like 4 products back into it. Now I'm going to put all these products back in there because like I said, I think it's a good idea to have like a makeup bag quickly on hand, or something that you can just reach into, or when you are doing your full face makeup that you can just kind of go to and you know you're gonna like all the products in it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I have no more pre-filmed videos. This is the first time in the history of life this has ever happened. I need to film like 2 more videos today because we're starting drugstore week on the 19th, which is next week, and I need to kind of have all my gear and all my ducks in a row before I start that because it's 7 days of madness. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Don't forget to click the bell if you're not already. And I think you have to go into options when you click the bell to make sure that you get an update when I upload every time and not sporadically. It's very annoying. I don't know what YouTube is at, but apparently they know all about it and they're trying to fix it. So hopefully that will happen sooner rather than later. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. Mwah. Bye.